No one asked me if I wanted this. No one warned me how heavy it would get. They just handed me the load and said carry it. So I carried, not because I'm special, but because I had no choice but to become the kind of man who can carry anything and keep walking. I was born in depression, not the kind that breaks you clean, but the kind that grinds slow, day after day, year after year, until you either crumble or turn into something that doesn't crumble. I chose a second, not out of bravery, out of necessity, because crumbling meant disappearing, and disappearing meant letting the people who depended on me down. So I endured, quietly, ugly, relentlessly. I've carried grief that felt like concrete in my chest. I've carried shame that felt like acid in my veins. I've carried loneliness that felt like living underwater with no surface in sight. I didn't ask for any of it, but I carried it anyway. I carried it through nights where sleep was a stranger, through days where smiling was a performance, and through seasons where hope felt like a rumor. I carried it because dropping it would mean letting the load win. Born to endure means the storm doesn't scare me. It trains me. Born to window means pain isn't the enemy, it's the curriculum. Born to window means I don't break when the weight lands. I bend, I brace, I breathe, and I lift again, higher than before. Born to endure means the only thing that can stop me is me, and I'm not giving myself that kind of power. I've stood in rooms where everyone else left, and the silence felt like judgment. I've stood in rooms where the mirror showed a man I didn't recognize, and still said, that's still me, and I'm still going. I've stood in rooms where the only sound was my own heartbeat saying one more, one more, one more. I stood because running would've meant admitting the pain was bigger than the purpose. It's not. Endurance isn't sexy, it's boring, it's repetitive, it's lonely. It's showing up when showing up feels pointless. It's doing the work when the work feels like punishment. It's choosing the same hard thing day after day until the hard thing becomes a normal thing, and the normal thing becomes a strong thing, and the strong thing becomes who you are. One day the load will feel lighter, not because it's smaller, but because I've grown into someone who can carry it without noticing the strain. One day the pain will feel familiar instead of foreign. One day the silence will feel like peace instead of punishment. But until that day, I'll keep carrying, I'll keep enduring, I'll keep choosing to stay when everything says leave, because endurance isn't about never feeling the weight. It's about never letting the weight decide who you become. Born to endure means I don't break when the storm hits. Born to endure means I don't run when the fire comes. Born to endure means I don't fold when the world says fold. Born to endure means I carry what others drop and keep walking because someone has to, and that someone is me. Born to endure means the only thing that can stop me is the day I decide to stop, and I've already decided that day will never come. So if today the low feels impossible, if today the silence feels deafening, if today the pain feels personal, good, feel it, own it, carry it, because that weight isn't here to destroy you, it's here to build you into someone who can carry anything and keep walking to whatever comes next. You weren't given an easy life, you were given a chance to become someone who doesn't need an easy life to be happy, to be strong, to be whole.